it's beginning. Hi.
Hi. You already started, huh?
Yeah. Hi, this is KryptoSeoul Erica, episode 22. Yeah, and 22. And oh, this is full screen. We have to do a full screen. Oh, there we go. Hi, this is KryptoSeoul Erica, episode 22. And I'm here today with TINK, the project TINK. JJ. Hi.
Yes. Hi. Good. Nice. Well, thank you for having me here, and it's great to have be on the screen. It's my first time actually doing the online streaming interview.
Yeah, live, right?
Live,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah. Very exciting, and I know the live streaming is the very pressure part, stressful part. So how is it? How do you feel?
A little bit nervous, but at the same time, I don't know. Kind of excited too.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity to talk about your project and kind of communicate and very freely, right? So
Yep.
it's a good chance. So I got to know Tink at the Icon Annual Summit, right? So we were at Lotte Hotel, right?
Yep.
And he was presenting his project to the investors and also the Icon fans, right? And I know it was very a good moment because I was very surprised, very happy to see that there was many dApp projects building on top of the Icon chain. So I could see an ecosystem kind of creating. So I'm sure many of you are very curious about the Icon project and its dApps too, that project. So one of the main projects is here, and I just want to give a brief overview of what the project is about and kind of talk about the project at hand. So
Great.
Yeah, so could you just tell us briefly about the project in like just a few sentences, like very brief introduction?
Sure. TINK is a social dApp on Icon Network that builds credence. That allows users to build credence on blockchain using their own social relationships.
So it's kind of like LinkedIn.
Well, kind of. It's like okay, yes. It's kind of like that, where people in think it's a social dApp, meaning people create their usernames and profiles. But I think the users don't write their profiles. Instead, their friends actually give anonymous vote on what they like about the user, and the system automatically generates a socially verified profile for him.
Yeah, I'm a very avid social network user myself,
Right.
so I'm very interested in what you do. How did you get involved in this project? I mean, how did the Tink begin its project? I mean, what was the project problem at hand?
Actually, the idea actually it came from a very simple question. Can blockchain technology also innovate the way that people trust each other? So blockchain ensures the transactions, and it verifies a transaction through a consensus algorithm. Well, if you're familiar with the blockchain technology,
Yes.
So we took the algorithm and apply similarly in social network, in human network, where just like that, a user is verified through the social relationships with their friends. So every information about the user, the name, gender, and the school or educational background and the workplaces and things like that, those information all of that is verified through the social relationship. So instead of relying on the government certificates or letters and papers that verifies and identifies a person, we took the social approach to it. And that's the verification algorithm of the profile we have.
Yeah, so it solves like what so the current status of like social networks, what problem does it have to kind of, do you think should be solved through the blockchain technology?
Well, the problem of the profile actually is one of that is that the verification of information. So in social media, people write their own profile. Some of that is true, but it also can be fake.
Yeah.
And so all that information is causing much of a problem in terms of trusting the person. So whether you can trust a particular person can be answered through social relationships instead of the factual data where you can tell whether it's true or false. So at TINK profile, we not only verify the basic informations, but we also generate objective perspective of a person, like qualitative data, like your personality, what you're good at, and what other people like about you, things like that. So not only the basic data is verified, we try to aim to create a complete profile where all those information about the person, what we call the identity, rather than just a basic profile. So any of those information that identifies a person can be verified through blockchain technology.
Okay, great. I mean, sounds very interesting, and like, I'm just curious, like, who are the verifiers? So who would be like the, the friends, right? Friends and family, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And how would you ensure that they are talking, the right thing? I mean, talking about the truth. I mean, how do you verify that? I'm just curious.
Oh, we take an anonymous vote from multiple friends. So not a single friend can verify a specific user. So we take anonymous votes, and when enough number of votes are collected, and statistically it tells the truth about the person.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it sounds great. I mean, so one question that I would really want to ask is why is it built on the Icon chain? Just curious.
Icon blockchain, yes. You get the question a lot. Yeah, number one is that we are stunned by the icon concept of the icon, the hyperconnectivity. So, because our user profile we have is, as mentioned, is verified. But later on, the user profile is going to need more data, more information about the user from other blockchains, like your dental record from and school record, things like that.
Yes.
All those information from other blockchains can also stack on top of the user profile, is giving more credence to the identity of the user.
So it's like a full package, basically.
Full package, yeah.
Okay, great. So people were very curious about like other dApp projects. That's why I was asking about how it would contribute to the Icon ecosystem, basically.
Right.
Okay.
So also we are working at the same office with the Icon team. So we are working very closely together.
How is it? How is the experience?
They are workaholics.
Yeah?
Yeah, Icon team is working so hard. They work all day, all night.
That's what I heard.
Right. And dev teams, since we were at the early stage, we also work pretty hard, working late hours, but they are working pretty hard.
Yeah, they've got a really big project, right? So they have to work a lot more than before, I think.
Right.
Yeah, they're very busy.
And they're very supportive too.
Yeah.
So we are partners, and the TINK team is sponsored by Icon Foundation.
Okay.
So we work together to benefit for each other.
Win-win system, right?
Win-win system, yeah.
Oh, great. So, I mean, about this, great project, what do you wish to see to like achieve in the long term about this project?
Right. We try to create a society, what we call the trust link society, where members of the user members can understand each other and trust each other better. So we tackle the issue of trusting individual person, and we try to solve the problem through giving credence to each other and have fun with it too. So it's not a revaluation system. So it's like we only save the complementary information about the person.
Right.
So to avoid from cyberbullying or any of the issues with the negativity.
Right. So yeah, I was very impressed about how you just only give compliments and not just no negative comments, right? So
the way we do it is that we take a complimentary question and then we throw that out to a user, and the user will have to select a friend who applies to the complimentary question. So it's not like you type an opinion about the person. So in that way, we only save complimentary questions about the person, so that for example, when I receive a compliment, I will see that somebody, I don't know who, because it's an anonymous vote, somebody has given me a compliment about me, and some people like me, and it's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
So I would like to see more and more friends vote for me and be complimented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just curious about one last question about this, but how will this system, if it's like achieved completely, how will it use to, apply to the other sectors? Can it be applied to other sectors, other business models, or anything of that kind?
Sure. Since we tackle the issue of the identity and a complete profile means it's a user profile, user information, and this user data is a very big market. That data market is very big.
Right.
So people say the social media they use now, it's free. People think it's free, but they're actually the user data they are creating on a social media platform is worth about $1,800 per person per year.
Wow.
So
Really?
it sounds like free, but they're taking your financial. It's a financial cost they're paying for.
Wow. So it can be a really big business model in the long run.
In the long run, yeah, because it's user data and since not only the user data, we focus on what we call the qualitative data, which means like your opinion and data, like what people like about you. So that kind of data is like adjectives that describe a person, and so that is more valuable than other information. Is because it's more reliable and trustworthy, and number two, because it's objective information, and number two, it helps other people and including yourself to understand you better. So it's I think this creating complete profile and this social identity is it's worth making.
Yeah, I think it's a really difficult mission to kind of, I don't know, evaluate your subjectiveness, your character.
Right.
Yeah, so I think this is a really interesting and necessary mission too. I think it's a problem that, not a problem, but it's a very challenge. It's a big challenge to overcome, and I think. Yeah, you're tackling the right issue. Right?
Well, thank you.
Very interesting.
Well, hope everyone is trusted in the TINK. So trust link society that we try to make.
It's a little bit ideal, but
yeah, it is ideal. Well, the blockchain projects are pretty. Lots of products are ideal.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Well, we would like to see the society come in the near future.
Yeah, great. So yeah, can we go through your website,
official
website, and kind of see your what the actual project is about? Can you explain in more detail?
Yeah. So we can go through it. Build your credence on the blockchain.
Yeah.
So it's like by giving anonymous votes, your friends, and myself, I'm giving credence to my friends, and my friends are voting for me, and it's building my credence on the blockchain. So it's a block. We're using blockchain. For two major reasons actually. Well, one is to incentivize the users. So users should be rewarded for their activities and for their information. And number two is, so it goes on the blockchain so that the user profile, the information, the votes that people get cannot be disguised and faked. So that you'll have a data privacy, so you can open or hide any information in your profile, but you will not be able to modify or change directly. So that's why it's on the blockchain. So you cannot disguise yourself and become someone else you're not.
Okay, good. You can scroll down and whatever you
sure.
want. Yeah,
so TINK project. So we look at the regular profile, and the personal background information is often needed to trust a person, but we don't think it's enough. So we try to create, as mentioned, number one, verify the profile information, and number two, create a qualitative information about the person, and the objective information about the person. And that way, so we try to build a strong and trustworthy human network.
Oh, that's why it has the adjectives, right?
Adjectives, right.
All the adjectives.
So you see some words are larger than the other, and that's because we're trying to imply that this person is more practical than the other influencers. So this person has received many votes, many compliments that implies that this person is a practical person.
So it's like, is each vote equal? Like equal in terms of like, you can't just say if you want to say that person is very practical, for example.
Yep.
Can you say it's very, very practical, or can you just say one, like just practical?
No.
The degree of
right.
agreement.
As mentioned, the user is going to see a complimentary question, and if you're selected, if you're selected and you receive one vote, and if you receive number of votes, and the more votes you get,
the degree goes.
the larger the font gets.
Got it.
So
interesting.
Yep.
But for one person.
For one person.
It's just
for each individual.
Got it.
And this information is very hard to get. Very hard to get or verify from other platforms.
Okay.
So
interesting.
Yep. We call this next generation of social platform, and well, this is a, kind of a bold term, I guess. But every social platform on blockchain, they say that it's a next generation social platform. That's because well, they focus on many different things. Well, for instance, some focus on the pictures, and some focus on blogs and information, and people are getting paid for that. And at TINK, we focus on the user profile. But all these platforms that they say are next generation, they have one thing in common is that users are getting paid. Users are getting rewarded for their activities. So number one is monetization of personal information. Every person will be able to sell, open for free, or hide any information on the profile, verified profile. So, and they will be rewarded for the activities, meaning giving credits, giving votes, and verifying other people, my friends' personal identity. And number three is a social profile networking. So this is another term that I really like. Many people confuse between the social network and the social media. People think it's a same thing, but it really is not, because social media is a networking with the content that we call the media. And according to Wikipedia, and there's a rule that there's a thing called the 1% rule, which is that there is people like you who create contents like videos like this, and that only 1% creates content out of all internet users and the social media users. And there are about 9% of the users who contribute to the media. For example, like button or follow or a share, things like that. But all the rest of the people, 90% of the people, the Wikipedia calls it the lurkers. Lurkers. What they do is they do nothing but just to
look around.
And it's not wrong. But because they're there to enjoy the content. But they're losing the opportunity to network with others, because they're never, they can never be found. But with the social profile networking, so each individual is unique, and these unique people are being found and interacting with each other without any content. So they don't have to broadcast or write any blogs to communicate and network with other people. So profile-based networking is and the profile has to give a trust to each other, because it has to be verified. So that's another term for next generation social platform. And since we are, and also the turning anonymity into positivity, it means, as explained, internet users are anonymous, many of them, and you never know who's behind the screen. So we try to change that by turning anonymity into positivity, verify the user, and also give by saving complimentary information about the person. So we try to create quality, the network where the quality of the network is high and everyone is trusted.
Okay, great.
So sorry, it's a little bit long.
No, that's okay. No, it's good to clarify.
Okay, so there's some benefits for the users and benefits for service providers. So users are verified and they can enjoy the high quality of networking, and they can also enjoy they can get the opportunity to meet new people, opportunity in relationships, and opportunity in employment, and opportunity in finance, for financial business too. And service provider is data consumers. So each user is a data provider, providing their profile information, and then there are data consumers who purchase the data from you directly. And this social media, as mentioned before, and then other social platforms, they're making profit out of your data. But we try to change that by having the advertisers, marketers, and businesses pay directly to the users.
So we can earn money very quick.
I can earn money. using your information.
Right?
So
great.
Token, we are at the we are starting a private sale and we plan on having a pre-sale very soon, actually, in Q2, as early as early April.
Early April. So that's pre-sale.
Pre-sale, yes.
Okay.
And the ICO, we plan on having it in the late April or maybe in May.
Okay.
The schedule is not exactly set. We try to use the Icon platform for the ICO because they are launching it in April. So they say.
Right.
So we are trying to schedule it with them.
Got it.
Hard cap is the 2,000 Ether.
Okay.
And the token price is per Ether is 24,000.
Okay. So it's very early stage right now, basically. Right now.
Yeah.
So first time
we had our first round of a pre-sale with a private sale. I mean, for seed funding.
Oh God. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we're getting prepared for the pre-sale.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
So we've just started the community, the Telegram.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So there's not so many people right now, but we hope to see more.
Yeah.
And I'll do more of these interviews, I guess.
Yeah. You should join the Telegram.
Right.
To communicate with the members here.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
So we look at it's a roadmap, technological roadmap, and also we try to target the Asian market first, and the more specifically university students, because this university students profile is more needed, I guess, for dating, because
dating, yes,
and user profile can be used in dating, and also in employment. Right. So we see that the university students fit right in.
Yeah. So you're kind of tackling the regional. You have a regional plan as well.
Regional plan and the technological plan too.
Okay.
So we plan on having the beta launched in Q3.
Okay.
So we work on it, and we have some partners. Of course, Icon is our partner and sponsor.
Yes.
And the team members, we are a team of 5 computer scientists and computer engineers from Carnegie Mellon University.
Oh, wow.
And also another 5 members of business developers from Carnegie Mellon, UPenn, and Korea University.
Wow.
And we have work experiences in Samsung, Google, Naver. Wow. But it's quite ironic that I'm explaining our personal backgrounds to gain your trust and trust in our team and trust in us. So wouldn't it be nice to have a TINK profile here to show you how others like us and things like that. So well, we'll work on it. So we'll definitely have a TINK profile to show you.
That'd be cool.
Yep, that's about it. And
that's great. The team seems very solid, and I've seen them work, and it's they're very dedicated to the project, and you too, of course.
Well, thank you.
And I hope for the best, and I'm very excited about this project. Please join Telegram Room, social media, they're open now, right? So you're beginning communication. So if you have any questions about TINK, about their vision, you can definitely join their Telegram, or what other outlets do you have?
We have a Telegram, Facebook, Twitter, and we'll also have a Kakao.
You need a Kakao too.
Yeah, for the Korean audience.
Yes.
For the Koreans.
yes. For the foreign audience, please join Telegram. They'll be very responsive. So and you also have a tour, right, coming up next.
Yes, actually, the Icon team is planning on an Asia tour.
Yeah, right.
So they're going to Australia, Hong Kong, Shanghai.
Yeah.
And the Tokyo.
Wow.
And what's the last one? I forget. So it's a 2-week long Asia tour.
Wow.
And
when is it? When is it coming?
It starts in we leave Korea in March 14th.
Oh, very soon.
Yep. Next week.
Coming up.
Yep, coming up.
So you're presenting your material there all around the world with the Icon team.
With the Icon team.
It's a road tour.
Road tour, yeah. Hey, excited, and also
you'll be exhausted. Very exhausting, but it's a good opportunity.
But still, it's an Asia tour, so at least I'm not gonna be jet lagged.
That's true.
That's a good one.
Aren't you going to Australia as well?
Australia is like a 1 hour difference.
1 hour difference. Oh, really? Yeah, that's true.
It's on the other side of the hemisphere.
Yeah, I'm sure many of you are living in Australia as well. So some are living in Australia, all over the world, London. If you're living in those countries, please go to the Icon tour.
Right. So if any of you is living in Australia, Hong Kong, Shanghai, and Singapore, yeah. So the last one was Singapore and Japan. And if you'd like to meet me or the Icon team, just let us know.
Yeah.
And we'll schedule a meeting beforehand.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, great opportunity. So Steve was asking, why you decided to build an icon. We already answered that question, right?
Yeah.
So it's super exciting, and they're just a really, really strong team, and they're just beginning their journey. So I'm very excited to have you here and to have your first interview with me.
Thank you.
Very honored. And yeah, I mean, I hope this is going to be a really good starting point for your, your journey ahead. So.
And the online marketing too. And
yeah, exactly.
we just started our online presence. So
that's great.
hi everyone, and I hope you join our community.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Oh, Los Angeles. Yeah, crypto. Are you going to US? No, right?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not
Maybe
yet.
soon.
Soon.
Yeah, if there's a lot of demand, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Okay. Thank you so much. We're gonna end the interview here. So,
Okay.
do you have any comments? Lasting comments or no?
I just want to say thank you for having me here, and it was awesome. It's great to see you guys. And I was trying to read out the comments here, but some of the questions are already answered. So,
Yeah.
I'll follow up if you have any questions. Join our Telegram or Kakao Talk, any communication channel. Ask any questions. I'll try to answer as soon as possible.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye.
Bye bye.